Today, the crypto market takes a breather from its post-election rally, and Cleve Mesidor discusses the performance of crypto candidates in the 2024 election and what's first on the agenda for policy. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Sigalos. Now, cryptocurrencies are hitting pause on that red-hot rally that pushed Bitcoin near $90,000. By noon Eastern, the cryptocurrency was up over the 24-hour period, but retreated from that new all-time high of $89,983. Ether also pulling back from its intraday high of $34.44, trading at $3,200. Dogecoin, meanwhile, marking a new all-time high of 43 cents overnight. Now, that is a 152% gain from before the first poll closings on Election Day a week ago. Prices are still changing quickly, so head over to CNBC.com for the latest market moves 24/7. All right, so we're still awaiting final results in the 2024 election as vote counts still roll in. Just last night, NBC News projected that Democrat Ruben Gallego has won the race for Senate in Arizona, defeating Republican Kari Lake. Now, Gallego is one of dozens of candidates backed by pro-crypto interest groups, with $10 million in donations from the Fair Shake Crypto PAC for his Senate bid. I spoke with Cleve Mesidor, the founder of the National Policy Network of Women of Color in Blockchain, about the growing list of wins for the industry in this year's election. Okay, so let's start with the congressional races. Lots of crypto candidates won. You see crypto interest groups who back them with millions of dollars in fundraising taking a victory lap. What's your takeaway from the performance of crypto candidates this year, and how are you feeling about the likelihood that we'll see progress on policy next year?
Oh my God, so excited about the down ballot races and the incoming 119th Congress. You know, it's been wonderful to see so many candidates across the country include blockchain cryptocurrency in their campaign agendas. And the incoming class will include not just some new members of Congress, but also some existing ones as well. Shamari Figures, I know everybody loves him from Alabama, is wonderful, but so is Julie Johnson from Texas. You know, we have an opportunity to really advance a regulatory and policy framework for blockchain cryptocurrency in both chambers. And when it comes to the Senate, let's face it, we've been stalled for a long time because of Elizabeth Warren and Sherrod Brown to some extent. And now we will have Angela Alsobrooks, we will have Lisa Blunt Rochester, two new female senators that actually see the benefits of blockchain, that actually can help move legislation in the Senate. So I'm optimistic about this Congress.
Now, what's first on the list for the next Congress? And before that, is there any possibility of progress in the current congressional lame duck?
Yeah, I think there's a commitment to do something on stablecoins during the lame duck. We have McHenry and Stabenow leaving, so I think there's, an interest in making sure that their legacy is cemented. And certainly Maxine Waters has said that she wants to advance stablecoin legislation. I think what everybody's looking for is, market structure legislation. I don't think there's enough time to actually advance, enough in a lame duck session. So I think when it comes to this spring, market structure legislation is going to be top of mind and a big focus. And for me, it is a priority. I want to make sure that smaller entities, micro enterprises, also get an opportunity to become market leaders within this space. That requires a market structure package that is not a one size fits all, that actually looks at how smaller enterprises, medium and large enterprises can comply and compete. Disclosure measures, compliance measures have to factor in, the smaller startups that are the reasons we have a $2 trillion market.
I should also mention that you held a fundraiser for Kamala Harris as part of the National Policy Network of Women of Color in Blockchain. Now, she did lose the race for president, but are you still feeling optimistic for crypto even after Trump's win?
Well, before this race, we didn't have real bipartisanship, right? We didn't make inroads within the Democratic Party. And I think not just her campaign, this past year, we've brought Democrats along. We're seeing a lot more enthusiasm from the Democratic side. And in Congress, you can't pass legislation unless it's bipartisan. So I'm disappointed that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz lost, but I think the work that they did positioned, the Web3 and DeFi space for success, for bipartisan success in this coming Congress.
I think a lot of Democratic donors are regrouping and rethinking already for the next race in 2026. Do you expect to support more crypto candidates in the midterms? Are you strategizing now, or are you changing your thinking for the midterm cycle? We've already seen Coinbase and A16Z put money into PACs for this next cycle.
Absolutely. I know there's a lot of focus on the PACs, but there's a grassroots movement across the Web3 and DeFi space. Women, communities of color, rural, indigenous groups. So yeah, the focus is on midterms. In another 2 years, we have an opportunity to not just, get more crypto-friendly members of Congress, but make sure that they're spread out and in the geographic areas that we need to actually advance real legislation, a real framework. So, we are thinking about the midterm elections, looking at who the other candidates out there. We know Republicans have a super majority and Democrats will want to, increase, their presence, during the lame duck, but we want to make sure that we're getting, candidates and new members who understand the value of blockchain cryptocurrency, but also who see the opportunity for equity, for financial security, and for inclusion.
What's your outlook for the industry overall in the US, regardless of potential new laws or regulations? We're seeing this rally in crypto over the past week. People feel excited about the industry again. What do you expect next year?
Yeah, I think the institutional players, that's what I'm watching, love the price of Bitcoin going up. And as a result, all the cryptocurrencies are going up. And that's a good thing for us to build. But I am looking at the role that institutional players are going to be, be playing in this new Congress in 2025. We saw BlackRock, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley and others come in. We're absolutely going to see more players. We're going to see, we've been talking about options, and a lot of the institutional players, want more, approvals from the SEC. For me, it's really about the crypto native space, the decentralized players. I want to make sure that, those who are decentralized can compete as much as the enterprise blockchain folks that are coming in. After all, it's great that, traditional finance is coming into crypto, but we need a regulatory framework to ensure that decentralized entities can compete. So, commercialization is under horizon. I think we're going to see much more, mainstream, individuals get into crypto because of the products that institutional players will be introducing. But I want to make sure that the crypto native space succeeds.
Now, in your role at the Policy Network, how are you pushing for more women of color or diversity in blockchain? And has it meaningfully changed since the crypto winter of 2023 when it was seen as more of a boys' club?
Yeah, this is actually a big year for us at the National Policy Network of Women of Color in Blockchain. In 2019 was the first year we partnered with the Blockchain Association to bring a delegation of 25 women to Congress because we felt it was important for them to see that women across the country are building products and services on blockchain. This is our 5th anniversary because of COVID, we took a year off. But this is the 5th year where we'll be bringing, again, another delegation. Last year was 60 plus women. And we're planning to commemorate that by making sure that we know gender inclusion continues to matter in this space. We want, growth, especially the opportunities for professional women who are looking to entrepreneurship, but also some women who are looking at, digital options. And there are lots of opportunities in emerging technologies, but we want to make sure that women are not just focused on looking at this space, but looking at it for career opportunities, and also that Congress, Washington, the regulators, the new White House, the new incoming members know that women have a deep bench in this space. And we have to make sure that, we dispel this notion that it's an old boys club or that it's just the crypto bros.
Okay, that's all for Crypto World today, but we'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll see you then.